Hello, welcome to the BriSCA V8 Hotstox Online Season 3 Championship. My name is Tom, and as always I'm going to be your commentator. We're here for the World Final, which will be at the Big Valley Speedway, so plenty to go through. We're going to go through with the last chance qualifiers first until we go into the actual finals. So let's have a look and see who we've got in the room for the last chance qualifier. Here we've got, of course, Ricky Johnson with Chris Watkis. Liam is in there. Team Coal Power, of course, which is Alex McCready, who's done well since he's started. Callum Baker with Angleby. Paul Moat, who struggled in the last round, with Kieran Thomas. And then we've got Sita and Danny Scholes also in the room. So the qualifiers will go into the World Final later on this evening. So it'll be 20 laps with the top two qualifying from this particular race, which will join at the back of the world top six to the obviously World Revenge. The final itself will be 28 laps. Top six will go to the grand final. There's a consolation 15 lap race. Top three go through with that as well. Then there's the World Revenge final, 20 laps. All comers. Well, there'll be two lots of all comers, two lots of elimination, and then the all stars as well, which will be pretty good to watch, as that'll be a slight change of vehicle. So lots to go through tonight. It's good to see Rob as well in the last chance qualifier, and glad to see he's made it. It's one to struggle for making it some of the earlier starts we've run this season. And hopefully we are running at the moment quite on schedule, and if we can get it running smoothly tonight, we can be done fairly quickly so it doesn't run too late into the evening. So just waiting for the last few to ready themselves. I think that's just Rob who needs to become ready, and I think we can get this underway. So some slight issues there with getting the car off the track. So the cars are gridded up. They've got a specific grid for this last chance qualifier. So in the white roofs we've got Angleby with Chris Watkins at the front with Liam B and Callum Baker in the row behind. In the yellow roof we've got Ricky Johnson with Danny Scholes in the white, Paul Moat in the blue with Rob Pellet next to him. Behind them is Alex McCready and Kieran Thomas in the blue roofs, and Sita in the back with the red roof. And there's someone who's just gone round the front in the blue. Not entirely sure what's going on with that, but away they go on the rolling formation lap. That would be Guy, who isn't obviously taking part in this race, who went to the front of the grid. Oh, it's a little bit messy at the back, and away they go, and they're all piling into the first corner. And that's Ricky Johnson, Danny Scholes and Callum Baker going running wide, and that's Callum already spun round, so Callum's out the question. Oh, big contact. Danny Scholes into the wall. Unfortunately, she looked like she was spun there by Rob Pellet, maybe a couple of others. Chris Watkins makes a great dive, goes wide, but he unfortunately loses out there. So that's Alex McCready into the lead. We've seen how strong he was in previous rounds, so he takes the lead ahead of Paul Moat. Angleby is in third. Sita's on the outside with Ricky Johnson on the inside, and they go 3 wide into the corner, nearly 5 wide. Look at this fantastic racing already. Well, they're still together. Oh, but it ends in tears. Sita's hit the wall. Ricky Johnson spun round. Kieran gets involved as well. Oh, Kieran's been spun by Ricky Johnson, so the two of them go into the wall. So it's all kicking off mid-pack, and it's allowing Alex McCready to take the lead and to comfortably lead, though Paul Moat is quite hot on his tail, not letting him run away with it too early. Chris Watkins in third, and Rob Pellet is up to fourth now. It looks like he might have avoided everything, which is unusual for Rob, because he's always one for being unlucky and getting involved in the chaos. Liam B, Sita and Angleby are at the back in around 7th, 5th, 6th and 7th, so continues on lap 6 of 20. Alex is still leading, and Paul Moat is still there on the back end of him, but there's a fair big gap now between them and third place, which is now Rob. Chris Watkins has been overtaken, so Rob is up to the podium position. It's not going to quite be enough for Rob if he doesn't catch up with the top two, as it's only obviously the top two qualify into the world final. This isn't great for Kieran either. Obviously the other commentator in the stream normally, he is down in 7th, so a lot of work for Kieran to do. Front runners then, Alex McCready and Paul Moat. In all honesty, they probably don't want to be fighting against each other, because that will slow them down. They're in qualifying positions, and that's all they need to do really, is to get through. If they decide to scrap it out, it could ruin their chances of qualifying. Oh, Rob slowed down. I'm not sure what happened with Rob. He hit the wall at the end there, but it looked like I don't actually know what entirely sure what happened to Rob. So it's allowed Sita to get into third position now, and there's actually 5 cars involved in 5 cars, sorry, I can't count, involved in this, as Liam B looks like he's getting lapped. Oh, there's a horrendous amount of lag, and I think this is probably why Rob slowed down. So we're receiving lots of lag. Hopefully the cars don't get too affected by it. Chris Watkins hits the wall, so does Liam B, and that's allowed Ricky Johnson and Danny Scholes to catch up. Oh, contact there between Liam and Danny, so they go off into the wall as well. And there's Callum Baker, who picks up from where the others go into the wall. So unfortunately we are receiving lots and lots of lag here, so it seems to be dictating what's happening here. At the moment it's not affecting the front leaders, with Alex and Paul Moat still racing each other, and it looks like they're actually very similar distance apart from what they were previously, but they're on the back markers of Chris Watkins. Oh, contact there. Chris gets spun round by Paul Moat, but Paul Moat luckily doesn't get affected by it. Callum Baker also running slightly wide and in the way of Alex McCready, but again doesn't get affected too much. So looking further down to see where third is, and that's Sita, who has managed to get himself away from the rest of the pack. Kieran is now up to 4th and is ahead of Rob, so as much as Kieran's car doesn't look really that great, it's still doing strong and is up to 4th, but it's still not going to be enough to qualify him into the final. Paul Mote has gone into the lead, so there's a change of hand in the lead of this race, isn't it? Unfortunately, I think we've missed it. It always seems to be the minute I turn away from the lead or from anywhere, there's a change of hands of position, so it doesn't mean too much though for both Alex and Paul, but Alex has probably struggled with the back markers, no doubt, as he is still involved in them. But looking at this, Sita, who is in 3rd, is now very close to Alex on the final few laps, so could he snatch away that last qualifying position away into the world final? But he's struggling to get past Danny Scholes here as a back marker. Down to the last few laps then. I think it is the last lap. Here's our leader Paul Mote, who is no doubt going to take the win, and he did well. He was patient and he took the chance to win the race with Alex in 2nd after Alex unfortunately got caught up. Sita gets 3rd, which is unfortunate. He doesn't qualify, but it's still a decent result for him. Kieran is 4th ahead of Rob. Angleby is 6th with Ricky Johnson in 7th, and the rest of them come round, of course, have been overlapped. Just a little bit more lag there, just seeing, with Danny Scholes 8th, Callum Baker 9th, and Chris Watkins is going to come away with 10th. So a very exciting first race, which is the last chance qualifier. We've clearly seen some strength in Alex and Paul Mote and a few others, so it'd be good to see them later on as they haven't qualified, but of course Alex and Paul Mote qualify into the back of the grid for the final. So we'll start to see the grand finalists filter into the room here. Already we've got Mad Mac, Stephen Young with Joe McCall, Shotstopper already, so good to see them arriving. So we've got Harry Cook who's arrived with James Billows, Benny, Sam Brigg, Craig Kellett, Darren Parker, Ben Watkis also ready to fight it out in the final. So I think we're nearly just ready and waiting for James Billows and Guy Jolly to ready themselves up. Just probably going over the last few format information, some of the grids to make sure that the guys grid up correctly. It is a world final, of course, so they want to get it right the first time. Again, hopefully we won't be seeing too much lag in this race as much as we saw in that first one. We are seeing a hell of a lot of lag in the most recent races. We didn't see too much of it in the previous seasons, but seems to be very, very prevalent at the moment. Okay, here we go. It's interesting. We seem to have come back out into the main lobby, so some issues going on here, fortunately. So of course the guys now have got to grid themselves up for this race. So a little go over and see who we've got at the front. We've got in the red, we've got Youngie and Benny. Behind them, row 2, we've got CJ with Shotstopper. Row 3 is Craig Kellett in the gold roof. Watch out for him, no doubt. Ben Watkins is next to him. Sam Brigg and Mad Mac are on the run behind them. Below's with Darren Parker. I think there might be someone missing in front of Darren Parker, whether he's just gridding himself up incorrectly. And then Alex McCready is having lots of fun trying to get into the right position there. Guy Jolly is behind them with Harry Cook. Joe McCall in the purple roof there with Alex McCready and Paul Moat at the back. So it looks to be, I think we might be a car down in this particular race. But I think they're ready. "30 laps is quite a long race, but it'll be gone really quickly if the action was similar to the previous race." So on the rolling lap they go then. The whole of season 3, all the races, all the points have come down to this one final. There's plenty more later on this evening, don't worry, but this is the final. James Billow's nearly getting ahead of himself there at the back, and they're holding it closely here. James Bellow is getting really impatient. And away they go, and that's a great start for Benny, but Youngie's there and Youngie goes wide. CJ, look at the dive, he's got into the lead, so CJ takes the lead and 5 go into the corner together, and at the moment it's quite clean. So a good start for CJ in first. Watkins is into second. Oh, more lag there fortunately. Craig Kellett is in a sandwich between Mad Mac and Ben Watkins, who goes wide. Shotstopper's there as well. Harry Cook is right at the back now. Alex McCready very quickly moving up, and Darren Parker's pushed wide by Alex McCready there. So CJ still leading, with Craig now making a dive up into second position in front of Mad Mac, as Ben Watkins is on the inside of Shotstopper side by side, as also Alex is on the inside of Joe McCall. But CJ has been pushed out of the lead, so Craig Kellett is now in the lead with Mad Mac, who takes the lead ahead of Craig. And Shotstopper's there as well, as is CJ and Ben, so everyone's going for the lead. This is really close racing. Oh, massive contact. CJ's been pushed out, and as I said, it was clean racing, but now it's absolute chaos. There's Mad Mac was in there, someone else, Alex McCready's been pushed out, and something's going on. I think we may have another restart, most probably because of the lag. Yep, no doubt. So we will get a final underway at some point, but it looks like, I reckon they probably restarted it because of the lag. So here we go for the third time. So I've done a pretty good job of keeping those gridded positions then. Restart number 3 for the final. Is it going to be a similar start to what it was in the second restart. CJ made a fantastic start last time, but can he repeat it? And away they go. It's a better start for Benny. Oh, Young, he's pushed wide big time, but he gets away with it, and he slots in midway down the field, although it's nowhere near where he should have been really. But CJ hasn't made the start he did last time, and that's Billows who makes a real dive in and pushes Craig nearly into a spin. So Craig is, oh, that's Youngie. It's over for Youngie really as he goes into the tyre wall there. So up in the lead then is Benny. His shot stopper is second. CJ and Ben Watkins are third, fighting for third now. BriSCA is fifth. Mad Mac is sixth. Billows is seventh with Craig, Alex, Mad Joe, and of course Guy Jolly all fighting much further down the pack there. Benny still leading with shot stopper very, very close, and shot stopper could make an attempt to take the lead, but holds off for now. But looking good for both those two. And there's three ways between Sam Briggs, CJ and Ben Watkins. So Sam Briggs has made some real progress, but CJ gets the crisscross. Mad Mac is there as well, so four of them are fighting for fourth here. Oh, contact, and there's two of them, three of them in the wall, all of them are in the wall. So, oh, CJ and Mad Mac. Mad Mac, oh god, this chaos. So Craig unfortunately gets affected by that and he gets spun round. So Craig Kellett, the former champion, is really having a nightmare here, and I don't think he's really going to be anywhere near defending the title. So Benny and Shotstopper still fighting it out for the lead here, and Shotstopper goes for the inside and he gets him. It's a fantastic overtake, but Benny's up back on the inside, on the back of Shotstopper, sorry, as he tries to make another attempt. He's back on the inside and there's more contact, pushes him wide, so Benny gets the lead back, but Shotstopper, can he get back up on, take the lead away from Benny as we continue to follow it. Sam Briggs and Ben Watkins is now catching up this lead. Shotstopper gets back in the lead, but they cross over again, so they're going to continue to slow each other down whilst they fight, as Sam Briggs and Ben Watkins together and sensibly hold off and catch up using each other for slipstream. Whoa, it's getting a bit aggressive. Bit of a push from Shotstopper. He is right on the backside of Benny, and he is not letting him go. Look at that, forces him wide, and Shotstopper gets the lead again then. So Sam Briggs is continuing to make progress onto the back of Benny. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's Benny. Look, he's just, it was made the dive, it was very aggressive, but he actually ends up losing out the lead there. So Benny has almost, it's just the wrong decision. In all honesty, Shotstopper continues to lead, gets away with it. Sam Briggs is second now with Ben Watkins in third, so they could potentially fight for the lead of the race. Benny continues to salvage the damage after he went wide and spun himself out. Mad Joe is now fifth. Darren Parker is sixth with Paul Moat seventh. CJ and Guy Jolly are back in eighth and ninth. So CJ, again, not the start that he wanted to replicate from the race previous that they restarted. Paul Moat gets up and gets past both Joe and Darren Parker, a good move there. The leader of this race then, Shotstopper, still leading with Sam Briggs fairly close, and that's Mad Mac. So whoa, Mad Mac makes contact and that pushes Briggsy wide, so Briggsy's now down to third and Ben Watkins is up to second. So Shotstopper has got a bit of a gap and can comfortably lead, but no doubt after only 15 laps there's going to be catching up of back markers. There's Youngie, so that's going to be one of the first back markers who's going to catch up, other than Mad Mac, who ruined the race for Sam Briggs. Sam Briggs still in third, but he could do more from here. Benny is going to try and catch up now. There's Mad Mac, he's at the back with Paul Moat and Darren Parker. CJ bringing up with 5th, 6th and 7th there. So, wonder how we're doing on our qualifiers from the last charts. Alex McCready is nowhere to be seen. Don't know where Alex has gone, which is a real shame. Maybe he's got some lag issues and why he didn't continue on from that race previous. Shot Stopper still leading then. Ben Watkiss is here. And Sam Brigg seems to be catching Ben now. Ben is not catching Shot Stopper, so Sam could potentially get back into second after losing it from beforehand. Benny and Paul Moat, Darren Parker, CJ. It all seems to have spread out a little bit and it's become quite processional. Not much going on in terms of fighting. Further round, let's have a look, see where Craig. So Craig is down in 8th with Guy Jolly. Again, not what we're expecting to see. And unfortunately my car has made its way onto the track, as you can see, which is not what we want, unfortunately, but there's nothing we can do with that as it resets onto the circuit. There's our leader, Shot Stopper, who's coming up on a back marker, Harry Cook now, and Youngie. So what's his strategy going to be in terms of getting past without the damage? Oh, there's CJ and Harry Cook getting involved. So Shot Stopper keeps out of the way and continues to lead this race. Ben Watkiss now has CJ to contend with, to get past, with Sam Brigg now really close, so could potentially make a dive up on the inside if Ben makes a mistake trying to get past CJ. So Billow's fighting with Mad Joe down here for 11th and 10th, 9th and 10th, sorry. So the two are fighting together, so that's some really good close racing going on there, with Darren Parker and Guy Jolly also fighting it out for 8th, 7th and 8th, Craig on his own. But of course, mainly the most important thing is our lead race going on here. So Shot Stopper, as you can see, is nearly half a lap ahead now. It's probably 1/3 of a lap, I would say, maybe 1/3 of a lap. So just a few laps to go. James Billow spins out, but doesn't affect anyone else. So the lead is still with Shot Stopper, and Youngie and Harry Cook are now in front of CJ, who's in front of second place Ben Watkiss. Sam Brigg is still very close to Ben, but hasn't really made a move as yet. Yes, Sam Brigg just hasn't quite got it. Entering in and exiting with Ben, but not able to get alongside him. He makes another dive. There's Youngie, there's Harry, they're getting involved, but again, that's not affecting the lead, as Shot Stopper here has just got a lot of track to himself now, so he's got some fresh air and he can hold his ground. He's got Joe McCall behind him, and Joe shouldn't really affect him, shouldn't get involved to stop him from winning this race. Ben Watkiss gets involved with CJ, spins CJ out, so Sam Brigg is now incredibly close to Ben Watkiss, but Shot Stopper wins the race. Ben Watkiss is going to get second, just ahead of Sam. So Shot Stopper is our world final winner. Benny is 4th, Moat Star, Paul Moat 5th, Craig Kellett is 6th, Darren Parker is 7th, Guy Jolly is going to be 8th, Joe McCall 9th, Harry Cook is going to come away with 10th, Stephen Young 11th, and then CJ is going to come away with 12th, just ahead of Mad Mac, who doesn't have the race that he wanted, and Billows, who is spun around again, has just had a nightmare, but it comes away with 14th. So your winner then, Shot Stopper. A really dominant race, to be honest. Did really well, stayed out of trouble, and managed to stay ahead of Ben Watkiss in second, with Benny in third. So something happened to Sam Brigg, unless he quit last minute. It's a shame that Alex McCready didn't race in that in the end. So we will go into the consolation race. And it will be just 15 laps. And the top three will go into the World Revenge Final. So just waiting for everyone to sort themselves out. A little bit of moving around for some of the drivers. Laps have been changed to 15, which is good. So whilst we wait for everyone to join up, let's have a look to see who's in this consolation race. The consolation race is for anyone who didn't qualify in the top 6 of the World Final. So Guy Jolly will be there, Mad Mac, Stephen Youngie, Joe McCall, Darren Parker, Harry Cook, James Billows, Danny Scholes and CJ Chris Clare. I think we might have a couple more to arrive. So Callum Baker joins in for the last chance, and I think we're ready to go. So back to the normal gridding for the roof grades here then. We're in the white roofs, we've got Danny Scholes and Callum Baker. Over in the blue roofs we've got Mad Joe, Joe McCall, Harry Cook and Guy Jolly. Back here in the red roofs we've got James Billows, Darren Parker, Mad Mac, Stephen Youngie and CJ. And then further round, anyone? No, we don't have anyone else. So that's your gridding for this race. Callum Baker and Danny Scholes start the rolling start, and no, we unfortunately having to restart the race again, so more issues. Should do apologise. So let's come out of this. So hopefully we can get going very soon. Just a few delays and it's gonna unfortunately just push everything back, so we're ready to go again. I was having some more issues with getting this car to stay. Okay. So, here we go then. Hopefully we can get this one underway with no issues. Fortunately my car's got on the track again, so seems to be some real issues trying to keep that car off the circuit, but away they go. Danny Scholes gets a good start with Chris Watkis right next to her. Watkis hits the wall, tags the wall, but luckily he gets away with it. So Dung Beetle, Callum Baker is stuck in third there with Joe getting past, and unfortunately Chris hits my car and that's knocked him out, so a bit of a nightmare for Chris there. Guy Jolly's going to go in and get past Callum now into third, sorry, as Danny Scholes runs really wide. So there's 2-3 of them going wide and getting spun round. CJ is spun round, Chris Clare facing the wrong way, so that's going to slow him really. Big contact. That's James Billows. So James Billows has rolled it, and I think that's all down to, again, my car being in the way. So this is really mucking up the consolation race. So Guy Jolly is now leading the race with Joe McCall in second. Darren Parker is now third. Harry Cook is fourth. Youngie and Callum Baker are now contact for Callum with the wall. So Callum's struggling now. So he's going to be continuing to struggle with Guy Jolly in the lead. Then Joe McCall is second, but makes a good pass on the inside. Darren Parker is waiting patiently behind the two here, but he makes a move on the inside of Guy Jolly, and does he get it done? Not quite. They're side by side. Darren gets the better exit. Joe McCall is going to get away as both Darren and Guy fight it out for second and third, with Harry Cook not too far behind there. So still leading is Joe, and they're quite close still here together as we go around. We're on lap 7 or 15, and there's lots of debris that's littering the track. More lag, so that's going to affect the guys. It's really hard to kind of race with the lag going on. And Darren looks on the inside of Joe, and he gives him loads of space. This is good racing, but Joe holds on. And there is Callum Baker, who's going to be overtaken now. So Callum is running at the back with Darren Parker and Mad Joe McCall fighting side by side. Darren's still on the inside though, and Joe has to slot in behind, but Guy Jolly has got an opportunity to get past him here. Great racing for the three of them. Joe gets past and gets back into the lead, but Darren makes a tag and nearly puts him in the wall, as Darren and Guy Jolly and Joe are all together now. So Guy goes into second, Joe's in third, but goes back into the lead. Look at that pass, fantastic from Joe. So Joe gets the lead, Guy is in second still. Darren hits them both wide. Callum is involved in the race even though he doesn't want to be. So this is great racing. Guy continues on leading then, so Guy has just about gapped the two as Darren and Joe fight it out then for second and third. So Guy Jolly is now leading this race. Callum is a back marker, so Harry Cook is in fourth, Stephen Young is in fifth, but they're a fair bit behind the leaders then, so but we continue on. Joe and Darren still fighting. And Darren gets past Joe McCall, but Joe is having another fight, another push, and can he get back past into second place? And Joe goes really tight on that corner, really tight on the inside, but has to go wide on the outside. James Billows has hit the wall there, so he's spun round facing the wrong way, but he's at the back, so Joe McCall could get another overtake on the inside, but doesn't quite get it. Further round then, let's have a look, see what's going on. CJ is down in 6th position, Harry Cook and Danny Scholes. So Harry Cook's dropped back because he was in 4th position. Young is now in 4th, so Harry has dropped down in the palms of Danny Scholes, and that's CJ getting it wrong as well, so CJ struggling here too as well. So Mad Mac and Youngie are fighting for 4th and 5th. Not quite the lead of the race, but it's there. Guy Jolly gets the win, and Mad Joe gets second, Darren Parker gets third, Youngie's going to get 4th, Mad Mac gets 5th, as CJ gets 6th with Harry Cook in 7th, just ahead of Danny Scholes in 8th. Chris Watkiss gets 9th with Callum, who's going to come round, although he has spun it. Yeah, it's still facing the wrong way. Here he is. No, he spins it. So Callum going to finish ahead of James. Oh, might not. No, he just about does. Just about 9th, 10th with James Billows. A good win there for Guy Jolly. A fantastic race, really good and entertaining to watch between Guy, Joe and Darren for second and third as well. So we're going to be going into the next race, which will be the World Revenge Final now. So the top three would have qualified from the consolation, which obviously was Gaia Jolly, Joe McCall and Darren Parker, who will go into the World Revenge Final. The top 6 obviously qualified from the final there, so it'll be interesting to see how this final goes. So whilst we wait for the grand final, there's a bit of a debate at the moment going on for the previous race, as we had some issues with how it went down with the lag and the restart. Some feeling maybe a little bit disheartened by the restart, so they're currently under discussion whether to rerun it. If we do rerun it, we will let you guys know. there, I think we've got a better start, a better position for that car, so I don't get a restart and end up with the car on the track. So let's have a look at the grid then for this race. Apologies for the wait and the delay, and there was just some more debating whether they should have a restart of the gold race, but it's been decided that there's not going to be a rerun. So Angle B in the white roof with Rob Bellett in the yellow. In the blues we've got Guy Jolly, Kieran Thomas and Joe McCall. In the reds we've got Darren Parker, Sam Brigg, Ben Watkins and Sita. And at the back here we've got shot stopper, cold racer Craig Kellett, Benny, Youngie and Mad Mac. So away they go then. Angle B gets the start. Rob is second, but not under threat by anyone because they're on their own. Kieran gets a better start for the blues, as Joe is in front of Guy Jolly, who run a little bit wide there. Sita is just in front of Sam Brigg, and at the back here it's all quite close between Ben, Darren, Craig, shot stopper Benny, Youngie and Mad Max. So quite an interesting pack going on at the back there, and it's quite packed out and quite close quarters here. Look at them, there's only 6 wide running into the next corner. When Ben Watkins gets pushed wide, shot stoppers there, Youngie and Mad Mac all trying to get on the inside, but unsuccessfully, as Ben Watkins runs wide himself. Darren Parker pushes Sam Brigg wide, Mad Mac. Youngie is there as well, and shot stoppers now on the inside of Benny, so it's slightly dispersing but still very, very close there. In the lead of the race, Angleby still leading. Rob Pellet has caught up to Angleby though, so could potentially push for the lead. Kieran is still in third, but has got Guy Jolly, Joe, Sita and Sam Brigg get caught up with each other and nearly get caught with Joe, but luckily they all untangle themselves and get involved. Joe gets Sita, pushes him wide, and Sita hits the wall, spins around into the pack, and everyone else avoids him. He's lucky to not be hit there, so he's pushed down to the back of the grid. Angleby still leading, but Rob and Kieran now very, very close. And Sita, unfortunately, he's still in the still in the way, and unfortunately hits Angleby, the leader. So Angleby is pushed down to 4th, but gets now involved with Rob. So Rob is pushed down to 4th position. Kieran is now in 2nd, and Rob spun round by Angleby, and Sam Briggs gets involved as well, so not happening really for Rob. So Rob is spun out and is now much further down in 10th. So Guy Jolly and Kieran Thomas are fighting for the lead of this race now, side by side as they go into the next corner. Kieran gets the lead of the race, but Guy Jolly is on the inside there, rubs the wall, and Kieran goes wide as well, so they're still side by side, both of them. Another bit of rubbing there on the back end of Kieran's car. Guy Jolly's leading, but he's slow on the exit. Kieran's much better and he's on the outside, but Guy's still on the inside. Shot stopper is there as well. Shot stopper won our race and is now the gold roof, so could he get another win in the bag for tonight? Benny is there as well. Angleby, after spinning it early, another spin, and he's in the wall, so it's not happening for Angleby either. And he tried to salvage the damage after being spun out by the back marker of Sita earlier on, but yeah, he's now down to 12th position from the lead of the race. Really disappointing for Angleby. Kieran is now leading. Guy Jolly is there, but shot stopper really, really quick around here. He goes up in the inside of Guy Jolly, nice and clean, pushes him wide. There's Guy Jolly hitting the wall, and he has to regain himself as Benny is pushing him now as well. That's Sita still facing the wrong way, struggling to get around this circuit. Shot stopper makes a move on the inside of Kieran, pushes him wide, takes the lead of the race. Kieran's now down in 2nd position. We've got back markers of Darren Parker and Joe McCall here, so shot stopper could continue to gap Kieran, but obviously he's going to be slowed down by those back markers. Can Kieran can Kieran catch up with shot stopper? But Benny pushes him wide as well, so that's Mad Joe. Mad Joe's facing the wrong way, so luckily doesn't get in the way of anyone else. So Sita, also the back marker, is now in front of Benny, Kieran and Guy Jolly for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Could put spanner in the works. Rob Pellet as well nearly gets in the way, but that was the finish of the race. Just quite caught me out there. So shot stopper wins. Benny was 2nd, Kieran was 3rd, Guy Jolly was 4th, Youngie was 5th, Mad Mac was 6th, Sam Brigg was 7th, Ben Watkins 8th, Angleby 9th, Craig Kellett was 10th, Darren Parker was 11th, Rob Pellett 12th, and Joe McCall was back in 13th. Seater in the end retires from the race after having an absolute nightmare. So your world final revenge winner there was Shotstopper, another win for him in tonight's events. So well done to Shotstopper. He is dominating tonight. So we will get into the all-comers. Over to another server for the first all-comers race. So from this point onwards we'll be running the all-comers and the elimination races. We have a set of 2 for each, and then we will run the all-stars races with the Dominator as the chosen car. 2 of those as well. So into the first all-comers here we have so far Sam Brigg, Joe McCall, Benny, and Callum Baker with Rob Pellett and Angleby. So it looks like we're still waiting for a few people, or something's not quite ready to roll yet. Mad Mac turns up for the race, as does Rob Pellet. Okay, all comes race. We've got the white roofs, we've got Callum Baker and Angleby, Rob Pellet in the yellow roofs, Joe McCall on his own in the blue with Sam Brigg, Bellows in the red with Mad Mac and Benny at the back. Just an 8-car grid, and away they go. Oh, that's a poor start from Angleby, gets caught in the wall. Rob is spun out, nearly caught in the wall as well. Joe is there. So Callum Baker is leading this race then, Angleby is second, Joe McCall is third, Sam Brigg, Rob Pellet, James Billows and Benny and Mad Mac all getting involved there at the back. So it's anyone's game here. Rob makes a big dive on Sam Brigg and loses out unfortunately as he pushes out by everyone to the back of the grid. So Rob Pellet struggling here in this race. Callum Baker continues to lead then, Angleby is in second, Joe McCall in third still. But they're all bunching up a little bit as there's a bit of a dive from Billows into Mad Mac, pushes him wide, so Mad Mac is pushed to the back of the grid. Rob Pellet makes some spaces as Mad Mac and Billows get together, and Billows is spun round, so a bit of a revenge push that one looks like. But Callum Baker still continues to lead with Joe making a bit of a push there as well. Angleby takes the lead. Sam Brigg is in second, so the lead of this race has changed dramatically here. Sam Brigg is leading. Joe is now in second, now in the lead. Callum Baker, look at the move. He's back in the lead. A great move from Callum Baker. Sam Brigg pushes him wide. Joe is there on the inside. So is Angleby. So is Benny. So it's a 5-car fight for the lead of the race now. This race is really hotting up with so much going on at the front. Some great racing. Mad Joe is leading as Sam Brigg now leads as Joe makes the move, but he gets back on the inside. So Angleby on the inside of Benny. Benny's getting caught up with the wall. Look at the dive from Rob Pellet there. Rob is getting involved. Callum Baker is bullied all the way down to 7th position after leading this race. So it was a good fight from Callum. Defended really hard, but it's just unable to hold that lead of the race. So Sam Brigg is leading this race in with Joe McCall in second, Angleby in third, Benny in fourth, but takes third away from Angleby. Rob Pellet is fifth with Mad Mac in sixth, and Rob, bit of another push, and he's gonna try and get up on the inside of Angleby and gets up the second time round the next corner with Mad Mac giving him a push as well to egg him on further into it. So Sam Brigg is pulling away from the pack. It's got some clean air, and Joe McCall is unable to keep up with them. James Billows is just driving around at the back of the grid. I don't think it's James Billows' night. He seems to be really struggling here. So Joe is second, but is under threat from Benny, with Mad Mac up to fourth now. Rob Pellet is fifth, so is on the back of this pack. And could he get back up to the front of this pack? As Benny makes a move on Joe, doesn't quite work out, so Joe holds in second, and there is Sam Brigg, who's now approaching James Bellows, so he's still got to get past him, and the laps are counting down, so only a couple of them left. Joe is still holding on to second with Benny, and Mad Mac not quite able to get past him just yet. Sam Brigg has got past James Bellows. Benny makes a move on Joe, pushes him wide. Mad Mac is going to try and take advantage of it as well, but he doesn't quite get there. Is he going to go on the outside? No, he doesn't. Oh, Joe gives him a push for Benny. So Benny's been pushed out wide. Mad Mac takes advantage of both of them going wide there. So fantastic move from Mad Mac. But we're going to come round to the finishing line because Sam Brigg is going to come round, no doubt, for the win of this race. Here he is. Sam Brigg gets the win. And who's going to get second? It's Benny. Benny gets second. Whoa, Rob Pellet gets spun on the line as well. All he's got to do is reverse and get over the line. He just about holds on fifth ahead of Angleby, but that was interesting. So Benny gets second, Mad Joe McCall gets third with Mad Mac in fourth, and Rob ends up with fifth after being spun out. I didn't quite get to catch who it was that spun him around, but it was a little bit chaotic in that last lap, last straight, right before the line. And of course, it could only happen to one person, and that is Rob Pellet. So we continue with the same drivers now for the elimination race. Slightly different format. For those who've never seen an elimination race, we watch the same cars go around, but of course whoever is in last place as the leader goes over the line will get eliminated each lap. So very, very quick sprint race. Elbows out, and anyone goes for any kind of move to stay within the race. So a little bit more chaotic. So we are ready for the elimination race. And then away they go. It's a poor start from Benny. He drops all the way down to fifth after not getting away. Angleby gets nearly spun round. There's Callum Baker and Rob Pellet getting caught up with each other there. So that's Rob been pushed down. There's Callum Baker been spun. So Callum is under threat now for being eliminated, and he does get eliminated. Benny is pushing Mad Joe for second, but Sam Brigg is leading this race again, so Sam could potentially take another win. James Bellows is up to fourth after a nightmare of a race previously. Oh, that's Callum Baker's car getting in the way. Joe's getting in the caught up there. So is Bellows, and so is Mad Mac. So that is Rob Pellet getting eliminated for from seventh there. So it's down to 6 cars already. Sam Brigg is still leading. Benny in second. Angleby third. Joe is there, and Bellows gets eliminated from there. So Mad Mac is almost definitely going to get eliminated. Then it will be without a doubt Joe as well. So this pack of cars has really been kind of spread out by that chaos with Callum's car getting caught out by both Joe and Mad Mac. So there goes Joe. He crashes himself out. So Sam Brigg and Benny are fighting here for the lead, but I don't think he's going to be anywhere near close enough to get past Sam unless Sam makes a big mistake. Angleby is going to get eliminated from third, and then it's now all down to these two. Got to avoid those two cars in the... Oh, Benny makes a bit of a touch, but look, he's slowed down. He knows he's not going to get anywhere near him. So Sam Brigg gets another win. He's all-comers winner and your elimination winner, Sam Brigg. So I think we're nearly ready to go after a slight delay for our second lot of all-comers and elimination races. Okay, so in the grid for this one, we've got in the white roof, we've got Chris Watkins. Over to the blue roofs, we've got Kieran Thomas, Harry Cook and Guy Jolly. Over to the reds, we've got Ben Watkins, Darren Parker with CJ, Coal Racer, Craig Kellett, and of course Youngie at the back of the grid. Shot Stopper, don't forget, will be in the gold roof, and he will be a lap down after winning his gold roof race, and he seems to be not going anywhere. I wonder if that's because he hasn't quite got the laps correct on his count back. So I wonder if, yeah, I think he might be waiting for the right position. So away they go then. Chris Watkins gets the head start, and Harry Cook and Kieran Thomas are fighting for seconds, with Guy Jolly just close behind them as well. So Kieran and Harry having a great fight here. Oh, a bit of a push from Harry, and he gets sideways but manages to continue on. Guy Jolly could take advantage of it. He's on the inside of Harry Cook and pushes him down to 4th position. Further back then, Darren Parker's having a race with Craig Kellett, but Ben Watkins makes a big dive and pushes Darren wide. Craig, just a little bit of a rub there, and Craig on the back end of Ben Watkins. Ben gets sideways, and Darren Parker gets up on the inside with CJ following in at the back. So Ben hits the wall slightly. Darren and Craig are no strangers to each other, with CJ and Ben Watkins. There's CJ going straight into the side of him. At the back then is Stephen Youngie, who is just finishing off the grid. Ben Watkins pushing Craig wide, and so Ben and CJ, Darren and Craig and Youngie all getting really stuck in with each other there. Further up then, Guy Jolly and Harry is still fighting out, with Kieran still in second. Chris Watkins still leading this race, but Chris now has lost the gap, and Kieran could potentially take the lead of this race. Kieran has managed to get away from both Harry and Guy as they continue to fight, as Guy goes up to 3rd, so Harry's dropped down to 4th here, as Kieran is now on the inside of Chris Watkins, and they side by side as they go across the straight. And Kieran looks like he's got the move done here. He does. So Chris goes down to 2nd position as Kieran takes the lead, and Guy Jolly is now going to put Chris under threat for 2nd position. Chris, he makes contact with the wall, and he makes himself unsettled, so Guy Jolly takes advantage and takes 2nd position away from Chris. Harry Cook has dropped off a little bit further down in 4th, so he could take Chris's position in 3rd away if he continues on, as Darren Parker and Craig Kellett have managed to get away from the battle further back and could catch up now with Harry, but there's a little way to go, still a bit of work there to be done between those two. So Kieran still continues to lead. Guy Jolly hits the wall again. That's really unsettled him, and he's got him really going very, very tight into the corner. Harry Cook nearly making a move on Chris Watkins, but doesn't quite make it. On another move, and the two are side by side, sideways as they go around the corner. Harry hits the wall, and Chris goes into the tyre wall, but luckily he continues on. Craig, though, is much quicker into the corner, gets on the inside of Chris, and is going to get past him for fourth position here, as Darren could also make a move, and Darren makes a move on both of them. So Darren Parker makes a move, makes 2 spaces up, so Darren now into fourth position. Fantastic move there from Darren, but Craig is having none of it, neither is Chris, and they're pushing there for that position, and I think that's Chris. Oh, Chris has been spun out big time by CJ and by Youngie, so Chris has just gone from the lead of this race down to 8th position, so that's the way it goes sometimes, I'm afraid. Kieran Thomas still leading this race, and Guy Jolly is doing well in second, and could potentially push for the lead of this race. Of course, we all know that Guy is the organiser of these races, so he doesn't often win. We've seen a few wins for Guy, but it'd be good for him to get a nice win for tonight. But of course, Kieran hasn't won either recently, so could be on the cards for both of these, one of them, and the laps are counting down. I think it's going to be the last lap anyway. It is the last lap. Kieran Thomas is going to come away to take the win then. Guy Jolly gets second, as Harry Cook gets a really strong podium 3rd position. Craig is 4th ahead of Darren. Youngie finishes 6th. Shot Stopper really does well to progress up to get 7th position from being a lap down. CJ was 8th, Chris Watkins was 9th, and Ben Watkins finishes at the back in 10th. So just waiting for the last few to ready up so we can get into this last elimination race, and then we've got the 2 All-Stars to finish off the evening. So of course the elimination race, there's no gridding order for the roof grades, it's just however the game grids them up and they bunch up. So Ben Watkins takes the early lead as Kieran Thomas is in second. Darren Parker makes a move on Kieran, and there's Guy Jolly pushing Shotstopper wide as well. So, oh, Shotstopper spun round, and there's getting in the way of Harry Cook. Harry Cook is struggling to get past him, but the two get away with it as CJ is at the back. He gets eliminated. Darren Parker is now ahead of Kieran Thomas in second position, but Ben Watkins is getting a great head start for the lead here. Shotstopper is eliminated. Chris Watkins gets caught up with CJ's car, which after he is eliminated will stay on the track, so it can cause a bit of a problem for some if the car's right in the middle of the racing line. Kieran and Darren having a great scrap here as Craig goes a little bit wide to Yongi and Guy Jolly getting involved. Chris Watkins is eliminated, so Guy Jolly goes wide, hits the wall. Yongi gets the move and goes into fourth position. Kieran and Darren still continue to fight. Kieran goes on the inside, and they're side by side as they go down the straight. Guy Jolly's eliminated, then down to 6 cars. Darren and Kieran continue to fight, but all that time that's happening, Ben Watkins is having the time of his life and has got the fresh air of the lead of this race, and that's all he needs to continue to do to win this race. Harry Cook is eliminated, down to 5 cars. Craig isn't too far behind Yongi, but this short circuit isn't going to be enough for him to catch up unless Yongi makes a big mistake. Oh, as I say that, Yongi goes for the dive, and Craig gave up just a bit too soon there maybe, but Yongi's a little bit desperate here to try and make up a few spaces as Kieran Darren really fight it out continuously into the last few laps of this race. Kieran on the inside of Darren now. Oh, the both of them, look at that massive move from Yongi as he's really trying hard to not get eliminated. So Darren and Kieran, oh, a move by Darren, and Darren spins around Kieran, so Kieran is going to be eliminated no doubt, although Kieran is going to go backwards. I'm not sure if he's allowed to do that. He makes a big statement by putting the car in the way of the race, but Ben Watkins is going to take the win of this race unless Darren makes a move that will be the minor miracle if he does get it, but it's not to be. Ben Watkins gets the win then for the elimination race. So on to the All-Stars then, with everyone switching their cars around for the Dominator. Some people will disappear, some will arrive in. So just waiting for the guys to get their cars ready. Some of them might not have quite had the cars tuned up enough ready to head into the race, so maybe some paint jobs being done as well. So let's have a look and see how it's gridded up here. At the front we've got Ben Watkis in the white and the black, Guy Jolly in the purple, Mad Joe, Joe McCall with black and blue, Darren Parker in the all red with James Billows in the all black, Benny and Youngie red and black, Craig Kellett in the blue and red, Shotstopper in the orange and red, and then CJ at the back in the yellow and red there. So we're ready to go, and Guy Jolly gets them underway and makes a good start. Joe is evenly started in second with Ben Watkis in third, James Billows in fourth, Darren Parker's there, and then there's a bit of a pack here all bunching up. Craig Shotstopper involved, Youngie's involved, CJ's there, Benny's involved as well, so they're all getting close together. CJ makes a massive dive on Youngie, massive contact, pushes him into the wall but continues on. So the lead of the race still in the hands of Guy Jolly. Joe McCall's got, oh, Guy Jolly, massive mistake, he's gone really wide, he's hit the wall, and Joe's got the lead of the race. So Guy Jolly did that all on his own, so real surprise. I don't quite know what happened there, but the corner of his car has just completely disappeared. So Guy Jolly and Joe McCall now fighting for the lead of this race, as James Billows has got ahead of Ben Watkis for third, Darren Parker now fighting Ben Watkis for fourth, and another dive there. Shotstopper pushes Benny. Darren Parker gets ahead of Billows, but Billows is going to try and get ahead of Darren, but Billows makes a big dive, pushes him wide, and Craig as well. Craig and Darren get together. That's unusual from Craig. Oh, massive contact. Shotstopper hits Darren, nearly pushes him over, and Shotstopper gets spun round, and there's lots of contact. This is turned into a banger race. This is different. Oh, Joe McCall, massive contact with Guy Jolly as well there. So it really is getting aggressive, it's getting physical. James Billows and Joe McCall then fighting for the lead of this race. Ben Watkis is third. Can he take advantage of being behind these two and getting the slipstream in? Some close racing here for the top three. Can Billows get a win after having a pretty poor night of racing? Youngie and Darren Parker are fighting for fourth and fifth, and there's Joe McCall. He gets spun round by Ben Watkis, recovers really well. Darren Parker's facing the wrong way now, so that must have happened between him and Youngie. Lead of the race. Oh, look at that, Ben Watkins pushes Billows, spins him round. Billows is facing the wrong way, so commentators curse. Unfortunately, Billows is not going to get the win. Ben Watkins is now leading this race after they get together. So this race is constantly changing, and it's, as I say, it's become very physical. And Joe pushes CJ wide. So for those of you who like it a little bit more aggressive, this is definitely the race to watch. The two leaders are side by side, getting in very close to the wall. Then Ben and Youngie constantly touching and pushing and rubbing bumpers. So Ben still continues to lead. CJ pushes Mad Joe wide. Craig is there behind him, them two, and Darren Parker is behind Craig. So the laps are counting down to the final few here. Joe, CJ and Craig get involved. CJ has been pushed into the wall, and CJ's nearly got half a car, look, as the damage is continuing on that side of the car, as shot stopper Billows and Guy Johnny all go into the wall together. And that's for the back of the race, so that's much further down. Actually, they're almost becoming back markers here, as Ben Watkins and Youngie fighting it out for the lead of the race. And they're on to the final lap then. So Youngie and Ben continue to fight. It's been a great fight between these two. Ben's managed to get up on the inside, but he's made a mistake and he's hit the wall, and he's lost it third as well. It's less seconds. So Youngie gets it. Craig gets second. Ben loses out into third, one of the last laps, and it's all kicking off at the back as well. So that's Billows, Jolly, Guy Jolly, 6th, 7th, CJ 8th. Benny was 9th. I think that was Benny or CJ. I can't remember who it was that spun round at the back there. But yeah, that was really entertaining to watch for well, the crashing side of things. But well done to Youngie for getting a win. Craig gets second as Ben loses out just last lap there. So we go over to the last race of the evening, which will be with the All Stars Dominator race. So it looks like we've got a very small grid for this last All-Stars race. Just 5 cars will grid up unless we're expecting any more. So this looks to be it. So away they go. Quite got the camera ready. But there is Rob who's leading then, so Callum gets the lead. Oh, Kieran, massive contact with Angleby and Harry. Angleby is on his side and I don't think he's going to be able to recover from there, so huge contact from Kieran, and definitely turning out to be a banger race. So Rob's slow out the corner there, as Callum is, and Rob gets spun out into the wall. More contact between Kieran and Angleby, gets spun over so that he's facing the right way. Maybe a little bit of lag going on here. So Callum is leading. Rob, into the wall, huge contact, massive contact. Kieran is now leading the race. Harry Cook is in second, but this definitely isn't going to be a normal race, no doubt. More contact, two of them going into the wall. Rob's spin, he's spun round as Callum is as well. So Callum is very close to retiring here, as he's got very little left in his car. So Kieran is spun round by Angleby into the wall then, so Callum is leading this race with barely a car left. Harry Cook in second, with the car looking best in terms of health. Callum runs a little bit wide, so Harry tries to take advantage of it, doesn't quite make it. Harry makes a bit of contact with Callum, and Callum is very much under threat from having a DNF in this race here, as the condition of his car is very much deteriorating, sorry. Angleby is up there for the fight for the lead of this race as well. Rob is catching up. There it is, there's the dive. But it's much more gentlemanly this time, as Harry tries to make the move, as Angleby does as well, but it's not quite successful. More contact with Kieran and Rob getting together, so the two of those fighting at the back. Could Callum get his first win of the series, with the rest of them all fighting it out with contact? So Angleby makes contact with Harry. He's spun round, so Harry is back down to the back of the grid. Kieran and Rob still battling it out here, and Rob makes contact with the tyre wall, dead stop, so he's going nowhere. Angleby is now second. So no, Angleby's actually a lap behind. Rob Pellet is facing the wrong way, so Rob is now at the back trying to work out the positions here. Kieran and Rob get together again. So Callum, if Callum wins with this much left in his car, it'll be again another minor miracle. So Harry's car not looking so nice now, and after a couple of points of being pushed into the wall, and as it stands, Kieran is second, even though Kieran is here, Callum is here, so actually Kieran is going to be potentially lapped, and so Callum, all he needs to do now is to stay on the track, not go into the wall and get caught up. There's Rob nearly spinning it, not spinning, sorry. Oh no, it's not to be. So Callum isn't going to get the first win of the season for himself, and he is retired. He's a DNF, so that means that Kieran Thomas will take the advantage and take the lead of this race. Still 5 laps to go. Are we actually going to get a winner, or are they all going to retire? That's Rob, who's also retired. Yep, so we're down to 3 cars now. So Kieran's still leading, Harry is second, and Angleby's third, so everyone's going to finish on the podium at some point, but it's spread out a little bit. Can Angleby catch up with Harry? There's Kieran who's slowed down. So more contact between Angleby and Harry. Angleby facing the wrong way. This has definitely turned into something other than a race. As Kieran allows Harry to go into the lead of this race, but Kieran goes into the back of him and is going to potentially push him into the wall. But Harry gets the win. Kieran gets second, Angleby is third. So well done to Harry for getting a win, even though it turned out to be more a banger race. So there we have it. Thank you very much for joining us for the final of the BriSCA V8 Hotstox for season 3. We may have more next week as a team race is potentially there. So if we don't see you again, thank you very much for joining us for this season. If not, we will see you next week. Thank you very much.